Whether you're in the fight of your life or you just need a simple inoculation, a ripped shirt might be the only solution. Well, if your name is Captain James T. Kirk. Welcome back to Ranking with Roddenberry, the show where we rank the most notable moments in all of Star Trek. Kirk and ripped shirts go together like Vulcans and the word fascinating. So much so, it even gets a wink in the Kelvin timeline Star Trek Beyond.
I ripped my shirt again.
Now, I'm not complaining about the view, but Kirk rips his shirt so often that it begs the question, why is Starfleet fabric so flimsy? So today, we're ranking original series Kirk shirt rips from the most logical to the most outrageous. Let's get started.
Amok Time.
It's that time of the 7-year cycle again, and Spock is ready for his biological necessity to participate in Pon farr. You know, that pesky Vulcan mating ritual where logic takes a backseat to overwhelming lust. In the Pon farr episode, Amok Time, Kirk ends up entangled in Spock's fight for his chosen mate, which results in the two being forced to fight to the death. During the fight, Spock swings his lurpa, basically a deadly version of a pugil stick used in the joust in American Gladiators. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he slices Kirk's shirt open. The danger of the slash mixed with the flash of Kirk's bare skin, it's peak Pon farr energy. A moment that might even earn an oh my from George Takei.
Oh my.
But because this is a logical shirt rip, albeit just a little gratuitous, we're giving it ensign. No, we didn't need it. But we definitely didn't not need it.
Court Martial.
In the episode Court Martial, Kirk is brought to trial when his account for the accidental death of a former friend and subordinate, Lieutenant Commander Benjamin Finney, doesn't match up with the ship's records. Turns out, Finney faked his death, messed with the computer, and hid aboard the Enterprise, all in a scheme to frame Kirk.
The Enterprise should have been mine.
When Kirk finally catches up with Finney, a fist fight breaks out, just as the Enterprise's orbit decay threatens to send them crashing into Earth. As far as original series fights go, this one's par for the course. That is, until you catch a glimpse of a slight rip in Kirk's shirt. That's there for no reason. A moment later, Finney grabs Kirk and gives us a full deserved shirt rip in the process, so we're calling this one Lieutenant. The end result is a justified shirt rip, keeping it low on our list. But that first out of nowhere tear takes it up a notch.
Miri.
In Miri, the crew responds to a distress call from an exact replica of Earth, where the only inhabitants are centuries-old children who think all the grubs, grown-ups, are mean and dangerous. They don't realize the adults' cruelty was caused by the same disease that will eventually claim them too, when they grow up in a couple hundred years or so. The landing party becomes infected and is unable to return to the ship, and the children only make things more difficult by stealing their communicators and even kidnapping Yeoman Rand. Despite Kirk's attempt to bridge peace between them, the feral children jump him. In between the kicks and jabs, Kirk rips down both sleeves of his uniform to reveal the truth of the situation, warning them that they're becoming exactly like the grubs they despise. It works as far as dramatic effect, for sure, but did he really need to destroy his shirt for the big reveal? Couldn't he have just, pulled his sleeves up or something? I don't know, maybe the sores were painful? I'm really not sure. We rank this Lieutenant, because there might have been another way to reveal the sores, but tearing at his shirt really adds to the impact of the moment.
Where no man has gone before.
In the Season 1 episode, Where No Man Has Gone Before, crew member Gary Mitchell and psychologist hitchhiker Elizabeth Denner become infected with godlike power. This puts Kirk in the impossible position to decide between marooning the overpowered Adam and Eve or destroying them before they threaten the whole of humanity.
I want you to hit that button.
He eventually opts for the latter and takes aim at Gary with a phaser rifle. To his shock, it doesn't even leave a mark, not even on his uniform. That'll be important later. Elizabeth then weakens Gary, giving Kirk the window to do what he does best, wrestle the ever-loving god out of him. After a series of tumbles, Kirk's uniform finally splits a thread during a skid across the gravel. And you could argue that this is a reasonable moment for a shirt rip, but I call BS. Because even if Gary survived a phaser blast, you're telling me his shirt did too? Only for Kirk's to get shredded from just scraping against the ground? You'd think the captain would have higher quality material than that. We give this shirt rip a Lieutenant Commander. A ripped shirt after being thrown across the floor? Totally viable. A ripped shirt after seeing the same Starfleet issue fabric get blasted by a phaser rifle without leaving a mark? No.
The Naked Time.
The episode The Naked Time lives up to its name. Not only do we get a debonair and shirtless Sulu, we also witness what might be the most gratuitous shirt rip in all of Star Trek. After painstakingly working to develop an inoculation for the virus driving the inhabitants of the Enterprise mad, Bones indignantly rips down Kirk's sleeve to administer the hard-won cure. Wait, what? Bones, doesn't a hypospray work over clothing?
That's not what we came to Vulcan for, is it? What's that?
Did you just waste precious seconds shredding a uniform just so you can get direct skin contact? Why? This moment is iconic, and it earns one of our highest rankings. Captain. It's dramatic, ridiculous, and it's classic Trek.
Shore leave.
You know we love a good Kirk fight, and the hand-to-hand combat in Shore Leave doesn't disappoint, especially given the episode's wild premise. On a planet where your thoughts literally come to life, Kirk comes face-to-face with his old Starfleet nemesis, Finnegan.
Finnegan?
A gross Irish characterization of a human, but one still worthy of a punch or two. The two rumble again and again across the Vasquez rocks, but Finnegan, still 20 years old thanks to the planet's illusions, proves a tough match for the older Kirk. Eventually, Finnegan throws Kirk to the ground, knocking him unconscious and half naked. Can you just roll that back really quick? Wait, so Kirk hits the ground with a perfectly intact shirt, but in the very next shot, it's completely destroyed? What happened during the camera cut? Did it spontaneously combust? Did Kirk imagine that the shirt was ripped for dramatic effect? We give this shirt rip the rank of Admiral. No, actually, it earns the Admiral ranking. The continuity here is bonkers, and there's absolutely no reason for the shirt to be this destroyed. Unless Kirk did imagine it ripped, then in that case, I respect your commitment to the bit. There you have it, our rankings of the many ripped shirts of Captain Kirk. We have so many questions for the costume designer. What do you think? Should we have ranked any of these higher or lower, or did we miss one? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to dive more deeply into Kirk in the original series, Mission Log has got you covered. All episodes of the Roddenberry Entertainment Podcast Mission Log are available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us. And until next time, don't go losing your shirt over nothing.